did you hear about Starry?
What happened? You mean the
I
knockoff
just heard
Sprite?
about. No, I literally just discovered them the other day, and I didn't realize they were like the replacement to Sierra Mist.
Oh, so Sierra Mist is gone.
Sierra Mist is gone, and now Sierra Mist is Starry.
Bitch. Okay,
You're
when I ask
killing
for
my childhood.
here's my thing. When I go to a restaurant and I say, "Can I get Coke?" and they go, "No, I have Pepsi." Is that good? No, it's not good. If I ask for Sprite and they go, "Is Sierra Mist okay?" or "Is Starry okay?" I'm like, "The fuck is Starry?" Like,
No, but Starry's not even something that like that just rolls off the tongue. You're like, ooh, I need a nice cold Starry right now.
even like Sunkist, like that takes a
I was
minute to
thinking
get off.
Sunkist too. That one's also awful.
It's the Pop Report.
So juicy.
Hey, Quasimodo.
Hey, bitch.
Hey, Quasimodo.
Quasimodo. Is it
See,
because I have
remember-
my hunchback?
You know, a friend of mine was told he has acute scoliosis, but it was not you. So he's also 6'2". You're not Quasimodo. You're
Yeah,
just,
when you're tall, yeah, it's a little hard. You have to kind of like lean down to look at us a little.
I love how you go when you're tall.
Tall.
As my limp wrist just like cracks through the microphone that I'm turning.
I love
old
when my
and-
joints crack.
Oh, what is new with you, you little decrepit, fragile man?
Not much. Just busy. Taping.
Mm-hmm.
I think today I have like 4 podcasts to tape, which is fun. But
That's a whole wretched day.
we're alive. I went on a fun date last night with a very wealthy man.
My ears perked up. I heard the word wealthy, and I was like, "How wealthy we talking?"
Andy, he casually like
Put you in his
dropped
will.
this. What?
He casually put you in his will.
I wish. No, he has a life partner. But
Got it. What? Okay.
it's complicated. Well, it's not like some random man that I've known him for many, many years, and he's had a big crush on me, and he invited me to dinner, and I chose to go to dinner with him. But it was a date, though. He's allowed to date other people. But he casually was like, oh, yeah, not this year specifically, but he was referring to a couple of years ago. He's like, oh, yeah, that year I think me personally made like 10 million. And I was like, hi.
So, are you
Do need a
interested in
new life partner?
being in a multiple person relationship? Is this a new development?
I am not interested. And in talking to him and also just naturally curious about his relationship, I realized like I could never have that role of like a sugar baby. I just
So
couldn't.
you did it for the plot.
I did it for the plot. Well, I did it because, listen, I've known him for many years and we've had a good friendship, and he's kind of like a mentor that I'll go to with business stuff. And he just happened to be in town and he invited me to dinner, and I was like, okay. And I didn't even have to have sex with him.
Where'd you go for dinner?
I was actually in your neck of the woods.
Ooh. So R&D Kitchen, Hillstone, Elefante, Meat on Ocean. Like, tell me, is that any of those ring a bell? Maybe.
Yes.
Okay.
It was
cool.
one of those.
Great. I'm glad. So anyway, and other news while you're being
What was
taken
going
out
on with you?
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, you're being taken out by millionaire men who you don't want to date, and they're already
I wish I
in
could.
something. I'm at Comic-Con, so I'm giving you hotel conference realness, serving you this white jacket. I don't fucking know. I'm
like
here in
white
San Diego. But yeah, overall, just like
One of my
Here-
boyfriends is in San Diego.
okay.
I just thought you needed some new decor with like a palm tree in the back. I was like, oh, Andy's
You
mixing
know-
things up today.
I thought, Pop Report needs a little pop of color. I don't do color. That's not my thing as much. I do earth tones. But I'm
Very
here
much
at
all
Comic-Con reporting and covering with threads, also for work. So very excited to be here. Couple parties, just threading it up. And
There you go.
there's a lot of releases happening, and some of them we'll talk about here in today's show.
Okay, well, let's get into it. What's hot in the headlines today?
Girl. Woo. Miss Billy Ray Cyrus. Have you kept up with Billy Ray Cyrus since he's gotten a divorce?
Well, no. I think when we reported on the divorce, it was the last that I'd known much about the divorce. But apparently it's gotten continuously messy.
Yes. I mean, So he has slammed his former wife. Obviously, he is also divorced again from Firerose, but his former wife 2 months ago, Tish, Miley's mother, he has said stuff about her on multiple different things and fronts. But it
Ooh.
seems like, what is it? There's text messages that have come out. Did you see these?
Yeah.
Oh,
Have you not seen them?
no, I saw them, but I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah, yeah.
who leaked
Like, wait,
these
did you
text
not?
messages? So if you're not familiar, basically Billy Ray and his publicist were having a chat, and Billy Ray just didn't hold back when it came to his feelings about one of his former wives. And Zach, do you want to do? I feel like you're good at storytelling,
Should I
and so
read
if you
them?
want, do you want to read the text messages of what he said? Because I feel like this should just be coming
I
more.
brought the receipts.
You brought the receipts.
Hold
I
on,
feel
I
like it would
just
just be
had
better
them.
in your tone and voice because like it matches your. I could just hear you saying some of these words. Kidding.
Some of these words, they're horrible words.
I'm joking.
Look, someone's going to edit this out of context of me reading these, and they're like, Zach read Andy for filth on the Pop Report.
I'd love to see that, and I'll be like, bitch, please. So, yeah, this Us Weekly article came out, and Zachary, please do the narration.
Okay, so there's a text message where he was reacting to Tish when she did call her daddy.
Got it. Yes.
Somebody went on a podcast to promote their podcast and came off like, sorry, I'm drunk, and accidentally told the truth for a change. It's her own words. She's a liar, a whore, and a cheat. Complete skank, scum of the earth, a fraud, makes Dina Lohan, Dina spelled wrong, makes Dina Lohan look like Mother Teresa, Teresa spelled wrong. Stepsis is about to blow up in the bitch's face.
For those who's also like, those listeners who are confused, those viewers, those pop reporters. Oh, that'd be a fun one. I don't know. I'm not that kind of person. Noah Cyrus dated the man who Tish is now married to or seeing.
Which was
married
messy.
to. Married to.
We discussed this on the Pop Report?
We discussed this before, yes. And so he said step whatever, like, is, what is that last part of the text?
Stepsist.
Stepsist. He's referencing the situation where Noah dated this man and Tish went to marry the same man later. There's been beef between like the Cyruses because apparently Miley's taking mom's side, Noah's taking dad's side. So it's a very split family from what tabloids have been reporting on right now. But Noah did not like attend parts of the wedding from what I'm familiar with. And so
Wasn't she blocked from Miley's house too?
something like, I don't know, but like for these text messages to come out, Billy Ray, it's okay. It's not Billy's year. It's not J-Lo's year. It's just a whole kit and caboodle. But I don't know who leaked these text messages, but like, girl, that publicist got to do some overtime because they're in that chat.
How? Okay, hold on. Let me look at the actual message again. Because I want, so was it screenshot from his phone?
It was a screenshot, but
No,
it
it's
also
not.
was.
So who, but you can tell, so it wasn't Billy and it wasn't Scott that screenshotted these, right? No,
Whoever-
it's blue. Because look at, the text messages are all gray, but the sender would be in blue, correct?
Oh, that's true. So it wasn't Billy that screenshotted this himself. So it's somebody else's, maybe the publicist.
But nobody else is on the thread. Look at, this is strange. The thread
It's the
only
third
has,
person.
there are only 2 people in the exchange, but all of the text messages, Billy Ray's and Scott, the publicist, they are all in gray. But somebody did have access to these because look at the heart emoji is in
That means
blue.
that means there's a third person, Zach. So the 2 little bubbles at the top.
Oh, I know.
That means like those are the other 2 people in the chat. It doesn't show you. So whoever the third person is who screenshotted this, they have not been responding. They just said, "Bitch, I'm taking that for later."
Yes, because yeah. Now,
So we don't know whoever the third person is, but it's the publicist, Billy Ray, and she who shall not be named. So
I mean, but my God, he called her every name in the book: a liar, a whore, a cheat, a complete skank, scum of the
Skank.
earth, fraud. Makes Dina Lohan look like Mother Teresa.
Waiting for Dina Lohan's response to come from this, putting $50 on it. That's my bet.
You think she's going to react?
I think she'll be like, Jesus, when did I get to be thrown in this? Like, I am a good saint. Like, something like that. Ugh. Well, I will be waiting for more updates on everything about that. But basically, you know, we'll kind of keep you updated on more Billy Ray Cyrus news.
Yeah. Well, he also went off. So in addition to the leaked text messages, there was leaked audio where he's getting upset with Firerose because I guess they had to get to a Nicki Minaj concert and she was making him late and he had to perform at the Nicki Minaj concert. And so there's leaked audio of him screaming at her. And apparently, and so his team just issued a statement today saying, oh yeah, he was just really upset. He was really frustrated. He was really angry.
He was really angry, really just disdained. What's the word I'm looking for? Something like that.
I mean, yeah, he really was raging on everybody. And he also talked about Miley too at one point, right?
I think
he referenced Miley. There was another leaked audio of him like talking about himself in third person and kind of like rambling. And in it, I think he references Miley as a skank too.
Well, I don't think the best move in your interest is to call every member of your family a skank. But if that's the route Billy Ray Cyrus wants to go, then that's the route he wants to go, you know? That's the hill he's going to die on.
Oh, yeah. Everyone knows Devil's a skank. Oof.
Oof. Well.
That's what he said about referring to Miley.
Well, I don't think Miley's going to respond to that ever. So.
She can buy herself flowers.
She'll do whatever she needs to do.
Yes, she will.
Otherwise, Zach, should we get into some more
next?
Stories?
Yes, let's get into some music mayhem because I hear that people are finally saying that Brat summer is really over.
Okay, so the thing is, people are losing their minds. People are losing their goddamn minds right now because Charli XCX was seen in the studio and everyone's like, why? What are you doing, bitch? And so she went to Instagram literally right before we recorded this episode and basically said like, hey, surprise next week. So I'm like, deluxe remixes. There's already deluxe out, but yeah, very, very surprising and very shocking.
She's got to knock Eminem off the charts.
She's like, here's my shot. Like, here, I'm going to do it. So we'll probably hear like Von Dutch remix number 17. Like, we'll probably hear like Apple remix featuring Lord's sister.
Rotten straight to the core.
You know the dance. Great job. Great job. But that's the only thing in Music Mayhem I want you to know. Like, is just that overall,
I'll put the whole dance together. I was watching it on TikTok this morning, and I was like, I can do that. But then I kept like, I don't know, I can't dance, so I couldn't do it. But I was trying at like 4 a.m. in my kitchen.
Oh.
I think the apple's rotten straight from the core.
Fine. I'm gonna take the L on that and let you just keep dancing. But that's your Music Mayhem news. There's nothing really else exciting going on right now. I know people weren't happy of our Eminem take from earlier this week, so I feel like
they weren't.
No, people were like, everyone listens to Eminem, and I'm like, girl,
I listen to Eminem.
No one says put Eminem on at the party. That's all I'm saying. So.
Well, what's going on? Are there any wacky, weird stories that were floating around the internet?
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen, but I want to throw in a couple oddities. I was listening to a few podcasts on my way to San Diego last night. Shout out to I've Had It. Shout out to Las Culturistas. Shout out to us. I think we do great. But I was also reading up on my news, and Southwest has declared that they are no longer going to be allowing customers to freely seat whenever they are boarding the plane. So,
thank God. That is the stupidest fucking policy. I flew Southwest once recently, and it was horrible.
It was like, the hell? Like, every time you're like, oh, I have to move for somebody. Like, I get it. You want to be able to sit where you want, but like, it just makes it difficult when you have families and people are trying to switch and trying to board early. But they basically said, hey, we're going to try to maximize profits, and you guys are going to select your seats when you book your ticket.
Good.
People have mixed opinions about this. It's like a 50-some year streak that Southwest has done this. But, like, do we still need it? I don't think so.
No, you need to pre-book. It's a shit show when you're trusting people and not all of them are the wisest or sharpest tools in the shed. And so you have a lot of dull tools that are going on the plane, and it's a mess. I will never fly Southwest again for that reason. And then their boarding system is a shit show because you have all these different like letter and number sections. I remember where was I coming from? I don't remember where I was coming from, but I was flying Southwest back, and I kept going up to the gate too early because I didn't understand how the numerical letter system worked. And so I kept getting in trouble, and they kept yelling at me in front of everybody. I'm like, I don't need to board the plane any sooner. I just don't understand how this fucking system works. And then I get on the plane, and there's no assigned seats. And I'm like, great.
It's just rough every time.
I support this. For one, I will vote for this.
I stand with her, Zachary. Because when I get on Southwest Airlines, oh my God, girl, every bitch is fucking on the window. And I'm like, I used to be a window girl. I used to be like okay, I want to sit by the window, look out the pretty little view of the airplane. Now I'm like, no, I want to be able to use the bathroom at my own time and not ask other people to like get
I always
the
have
fuck
to get
up.
an aisle seat.
I'm like, let me spread my right leg a little bit, slightly put it in the little aisle, but like, let me have my breathing room to my right-hand side or left-hand side, whatever it is. No one fucking wants the middle seat. No bitch wants the middle seat. If you like the middle seat, you're weird.
Nobody likes the middle seat.
If you like the middle seat, you also are like the person who probably doesn't use like certain condiments like mayonnaise. Like they're like, oh no, I don't like mayonnaise. I'm like, no.
They like it dry.
They like a dry fry, or like they love just like, I don't know, like not using sunscreen. Like they're just living on the wild side of life. The raw dog in it.
Yeah, no, we don't need to raw dog it. We need to, But I hear Taco Bell is launching a Mountain Dew Baja Blast gelato.
Girl.
What in the world? This sounds like cancer, but please explain.
What in the Santa Clarita diet is this? Basically, Baja Blasts are known to be like monumental at freaking Taco Bell. Every person's like, you go to Taco Bell to get a Baja Blast. That's like the place, it's the chain that holds it. And so now they're like, fuck it. We know y'all come for the Baja. Why don't we make it frozen? Not a slushie, not a Slurpee, a gelato. Like, I'm sure people are going to be lined up to high hell and back. There were just Cheez-It tacos and everything else that were at Taco Bell. It's like a phenomenon. People love the Taco Bell like Twitter account and so much more. But like, I was told as a child, if you have Mountain Dew, your teeth are going to fall out. So I was not on the Baja Blast train. I feel like it is cancer in a cup sometimes. It's kind of like a rush.
I didn't realize people still drank that.
I don't know about a lot of things people do, but that's one of them. So,
did you hear about Starry?
What happened? You mean the knockoff?
I just heard
Sprite?
about. No, I literally just discovered them the other day, and I didn't realize they were like the replacement to Sierra Mist.
Oh, so Sierra Mist is gone.
Sierra Mist is gone, and now Sierra Mist is Starry.
Bitch. Okay, when I ask
killing my childhood.
Here's my thing. When I go to a restaurant and I say, "Can I get Coke?" and they go, "No, I have Pepsi." Is that good? No, it's not good. If I ask for Sprite and they go, "Is Sierra Mist okay?" or "Is Starry okay?" I'm like, the fuck is Starry? Like,
no, but Starry's not even something that that just rolls off the tongue. You're like, ooh, I need a nice cold Starry right now.
Even like Sunkist, like that takes.
I was thinking Sunkist too. That one's also awful.
I'm like, bitch, like.
Is there a different There's Sunkist, and is there an alternate Sunkist? Is there a Starry of the Sunkist?
What, Fanta?
Fanta.
No,
Don't you
it's
wanna,
Fanta.
Wanna Fanta? Don't you want?
Yeah, that's how I remember the commercials.
Remember those commercials?
Yeah,
oh,
and then they're over like Fanta. I'm like, it's different.
Fanta.
It's like when people say instead of Swiffer they say Swifter. I'm like, no, there's no T in there. So
there is a T in often though.
And we don't say it. Not much. So if there's your weird news, I thought I'd get you a little worked up today, but there's a couple things I also think will get you worked up in our watch or skip.
Right. I can't wait.
Do you know, going into movies or things that may be movies and TV shows, have you ever heard of Skibidi Toilet?
No.
You don't?
What is that? You've brought up Skibidi Toilet. Somebody, what is Skibidi Toilet? I've heard this before. I don't know what it is, though.
So there's a channel on YouTube called Da Fuck Boom, and they posted these clips that have like a Nelly Furtado song in the background, and these toilets have animated heads, and it's them.
Oh my God, this is so ugly.
It's so scary, and I don't want to like repeat the phrase, but it's like skippity bop bop, yes yes, and I can't does not hit the same. But all these videos are a terrifying world of toilets with heads in them taking over, and they get bigger and bigger, and they turn to like transformer monsters and more. And so somehow out of the fucking wings is Michael Bay being like, I can make money off that. This looks like Transformers. So Skibidi Toilet may be becoming a cinematic universe of some sort, whether it's a TV show or a movie, but Paramount Pictures former president Adam Goodman is behind it and is like, this needs to be a thing. So
no, it does not. It's so ugly. These heads in the toilets are terrible.
The animation of Roblox-esque, like people and more, it sucks people in. It has 40+ million views on some videos on YouTube, and like I'm encapsulated by it. They're scary as fuck. Also, if you're listening to the podcast, leave a review if you watch Skibidi Toilet and let us know if it scares you. We'd love to read some reviews of scary things that you watch, because Zack is terrified of this. But I thought that I should maybe culture you a little bit more on these type of topics.
On Skibidi Toilets?
On Skibidi Toilet and Nelly Furtado.
I feel pretty cultured without the Skibidi Toilet. What about Nelly Furtado?
I mean, they just play like a popular song of hers.
Like Maneater?
No, like they
Promiscuous
see us in the
boy?
club, acting real nice, and it plays in the background.
That's
it's
not
always
a
like
Nelly
mayhem.
Furtado song. That's a Timbaland song.
She's
Give
on
it
it.
to me, give it to me, give it to me. Yes, she's in the song, but it's a Timbaland song with Nelly Furtado and with DWI survivor Justin Timberlake. We missed you on the charts last week. Damn, that's right, you wasn't there.
The way I just was trying not to say anything. Anyway, Deadpool and Wolverine, speaking of Comic-Con me being here, premieres when this episode drops today. So there is a Wolverine and Deadpool panel here. There's a lot going on. There's a Marvel Disney party I'll be attending. So I'll let you know if there is a Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds sighting here at Comic-Con. If I take a picture, if I stand next to Mr.
Would you have a Deadpool Wolverine role play?
I mean, I won't say that's a hot one. That's a hot combo. Like, would you get fucked by Deadpool? Fuck, sure. Like, would you get fucked by Wolverine? If you haven't had, oh my God, I'm literally seeing someone dressed up as Wolverine out my window. That's hot. Anyway, if you haven't had a gay awakening to Wolverine as a straight potential person, I'm sorry, you're not living life the right way. I am a gay man who's thought about Wolverine like that way. I mean, what, he just has claws, but like Hugh Jackman, all up in that.
You know, I will say I like Hugh Jackman as Wolverine better than I like Hugh Jackman.
That's true. Yeah.
Right?
Hugh Jackman, people were really upset though because they really want more of the Wolverine installments, but because of this movie, they're thinking that we're not really going to get another Wolverine in general, and it's Marvel really trying to bring up the legacy people of like the Hugh Jackmans, and you have the Robert Downey Jr.'s, the people who have made the franchises. You have to pay them so much money to come back.
Yeah.
But this is a monumental movie, and a lot of people here are very excited.
You know what I want? I want a Storm movie.
No, you're getting a Fantastic Four movie coming soon.
Oh, I'm not mad about that.
So, pivoting for our listeners, Pedro Pascal shared a photo of the Fantastic Four cast. It's their first mission together. So basically, directed by WandaVision, like producer Matt Shakeman, the Fantastic Four is set to star Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards, aka Mr. Fantastic, Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm, aka the Invisible Woman, Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, and Ebon Moss-Bachrach as Ben Grimm, the Thing. So
He kind of looks like the Thing.
yeah, like from The Bear, I'm like, I get it. Like, I get this casting. I think it's going to be a very good lineup. The original Fantastic Four was great. Jessica Alba looked amazing. Like, bring that back. But yeah, like, it's interesting that we're really trying to bring all the superhero franchises back and like redo
I didn't
them.
make the connection that Chris Evans was part of Fantastic Four before he became Captain America.
Yeah,
I didn't realize he was two superheroes in the Marvel universe.
bitch, he's bent over backwards and he's done a
Good job,
lot.
him.
I mean, he's done a great amount. So those are some things coming up in your movie news. But as far as other movie and TV news, I'm sure you're going to get very excited about this. But Miranda Cosgrove is going to be a new romantic comedy from Netflix, it seems like, coming up soon. So basically,
Has she been in anything?
she was in Mother of the Bride as of late. And Miranda Cosgrove, for those of you who remember, she was on iCarly. She, took a step back after some things. But she is in a new movie.
She was I do cuss a little. Really? What's your favorite curse word? Probably fuck. Ha! Yeah.
Oh, you recounted that so well, you child.
Thank you.
But yeah, she's gonna be in a new movie from the same, I guess, producer director as The Irish Wish, and this is basically a romantic comedy where she is going on to a show that she thinks is in Paris, but it's in Paris, Texas. So she's trying to get kicked off the show as fast as soon as possible until she finds some love that makes her actually want to stick around a little bit. Right?
Well,
That's a
listen. I've been liking a lot. I mean, I liked what was The Irish Wish.
Yeah.
I liked the Lindsay cheesy kind of Netflix movies. I think these cheesy Netflix movies are better than like the cheesy Lifetime movies.
Yeah.
Like they're campy, but they're still fun.
Yeah, it's called The Wrong Paris. So I think it's fitting. I think it's a fun concept, going to the wrong Paris at the wrong time.
I'm glad she's back.
I'm glad she's alive, doing her thing. Do you want to talk about some other general news, though, to round out our episode of these last few stories?
Yes. So there were two big articles that came out. One came out on Bustle and one came out on Us Weekly. And I feel a little bamboozled by the Us Weekly article because it was supposed to be this whole exclusive tell-all about the Olsen twins. And it was one of their former publicists came out and talked about what it was like working for them. And it was supposed to be this tell-all. Did you read the tell-all?
No, I read that article in Us Weekly of the publicist speaking about working with them.
That was the whole. That was it. That was
it.
The tell-all.
It was so. When I see tell-all, I'm like 4,000 words. I'm like, this is 1,000 or less. I can read this in 2 minutes.
I was like, oh, is this in L? Is it in The Cut? Is it in I was thinking it was some bigger publication, and that Us Weekly was giving the Cliff Notes recaps. No, this was an Us Weekly exclusive. Which, why is this publicist going to Us Weekly? I mean, I guess because it was a cover story and they put them on the cover. But I'm like, who's buying Us Weekly at CVS these days?
But I'm also why is a publicist talking about everything? That seems like a former NDA expiring. I don't know.
But so they sold it to us as this big expose, and there wasn't a bunch. There was nothing in it.
Nothing.
There was no real tea. They were like, oh yeah, they were child stars and they did, whatever they wanted, we would let them have it. And then they went to school and they wanted to become in the fashion world. And then they're in the fashion world and they talk very fast because they know what they like. They talk so fast that it's almost like they whisper.
Yeah, it was a weird tell-all because they also said the girls knew that they were famous. They they didn't take it well, but they wanted to run on their own time and they wanted to prove to people that they could have substance, so they created the fashion lines, and that's what stuck still. So I don't think we got much of it, except for just Mary-Kate and Ashley had a hard time with the fame.
There's nothing that we didn't know, though.
Yeah.
We knew the fame was hard. We knew they wanted to leave Hollywood. We knew they started a fashion empire. and we know they don't want to act anymore. Like I'm like,
I don't want
what?
to act a
Where's
fool
the
no more
tease?
either.
Yeah. Where's the tea? And then the
Yeah.
only like piece that was pulled out of it was that the publicist said that it was a bit of a nightmare working for them.
Why? Because they're children?
No, it was. Hold on. Where is the? It was a bit of. It was a dumb reason too. Sorry, I had it pulled up and then I accidentally closed out of it. It was a nightmare. Oh. It was a bit of a nightmare. You have to learn how to interpret the way they move their hands because sometimes they give you more of an indication as to what they want the garment to look like. That's why it was a bit of a nightmare because you have to interpret what their because they I guess talk with their hands. And I was like, really? That was the night? Like this was a stupid waste of a magazine cover.
Can we just talk about Kristin Cavallari? I know you want to talk about her next. I'm just like, pass the salt.
This was an even better. This was an even better article. So it was in Bustle,
Okay.
and basically, she was promoting her new fragrance, which is called. Oh fuck! Why did I forget the name of it?
Baton Rouge. I don't know.
No, it's
Like-
not called Baton Rouge.
I love a good fragrance, and everyone's like, I'm so and so. I've launched a new fragrance. Like, there's a bunch of Lady Gaga fragrances, but I don't know if people still have
She'll never
those
be Paris
around.
Hilton.
What, the
It's
Paris
called
Hilton
Hard
ones?
Feelings. Yeah, it's called Hard Feelings, and she has her Uncommon James line and all of that stuff. But so basically, they sat her down and just kind of got her to relive some of her old reality TV days and go through old scenes and be like, what was real and what was fake. And so she said, which I guess is not really new information, but I just found it fun when they were dissecting some of the old scenes that they have these wild lines. So she's like, basically, because we've heard this when they have like the Frankenstein lines on like The Bachelor, where they'll thread together sentences that were said and they'll, take things and chop things up. But she said that on Laguna Beach and even on the hills, what they would do is they wouldn't just take their mic comments and edit them out of context. But she's like, after a scene, the producers would call us into one of their vans. Which also weird, like where
Weird.
it's
Why-
children that they're
Yes.
like teenagers and they're being pulled into a producer's van wrapping a scene at the beach. And she's like, they would just have us read these random one-off wild lines, and then they would use those to basically make up an entire conversation that didn't even happen in that scene. And so she relives a lot of them. She revisited Very Cavallari. She revisited Laguna Beach and the hills. She talks about how on the hills that there was never supposed to be any drama, that she went into it and they, her and Audrina and Stephanie, they all were like clear that they weren't going to fight. She's like, and then I guess producers convinced them to do stuff. And I think producers were like bribing them and giving them like Hermes handbags and stuff to like pick fights with her and turn her into the villain. But she talks about Jay Cutler, her ex. And she says that was the first time in her life that she relinquished any control. And she's just like, I feel so much freer now that he's not in my life. And, she was able to learn how to not be such a control freak because she couldn't control her divorce. She talks about Mark Estes, the young TikToker. Do you know Mark Estes?
I think. Maybe.
He's one of the Montana Boys. You know the Montana Boys.
Not those. I know.
She's dating one of the Montana Boys, and so they do TikToks together. You didn't know she was dating it? He's 24, and she's like 42.
Girl, this sounds like something that you'd be involved with. Kidding. Not kidding. Kidding. After your date you went on last night, I mean, who fucking knows?
Yeah.
I didn't know this. I don't keep up with the Montana Boys, but...
But she said that he's way more mature than any of her previous partners. And they want to have babies. But she says she won't do another reality show because her reality now revolves around her children, and she doesn't show her children publicly. And then she also said that the best thing that she ever did for her body, because she's in the best shape of her life, the best thing she ever did for her body was start eating carbs.
I also love bread, said Oprah.
Well, she means like, she's like, at one point I was afraid of carrots. And she's like, I didn't even eat like vegetable. Like she ate no carbs. She's like, because I was keto and I was intermittent fasting. And she's like, it totally wrecked my body. And so now I eat carbs. I love carbs, and she's healthier for it.
Good for her. Love carrots, eat carrots, pray carrots, whatever. Eat, pray, love, whatever.
That.
That. I guess to round out our episode, first of all, we're almost at 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Y'all
Yay!
been
We have to
pulling
hit 1,000 before
through.
Monday. Guys, let's get to 1,000 by Monday.
That'd be cute. We have a very special guest coming on next week. Should we? We're not going to tell him who it is, but we have a very special guest. You should definitely want to keep up and tune in. And so we're very excited for that. But aside from
You know
that,
what's funny? Speaking of
what?
BB Rexa, I was at Spotify today, and our producer Travis agreed that BB Rexa and Charli XCX are the same person.
Okay, you can leave. Anyway, yeah, so we'll be reading some reviews next week. Tell us how we're doing in honor of this milestone. We want to read some good reviews, bad reviews. We'll be reading everything from here on out. I just want to know because I've been listening to some other podcasts and I'm like, you know what? You got to listen to both sides of the story. You got to let them hear.
Do we have bad comments?
I think we all have bad comments.
No, but like people have said mean things about us.
Oh, just about you. I'm kidding.
Oh,
No,
I'm
just
used to
about
that.
about both of us. I hate us. Like, you watch these back and you're like, another one. Like,
Another one.
if you can't climb cringe mountain as notable girls, the culture used to say, what the fuck you doing? Like, if you're not growing, then who you showing? So anyway, our last story of the day before
I
we.
thought you were going to read a comment that people left.
Oh no, I'm saving that for next week because I'm holding back the gold mine. But I'm just saying,
Oh.
put some in, girls, and we'll be. You know, you can say my hair is busted. You can say whatever the fuck. It won't hurt me, but like, just make sure they're good and they're not botched. That's all I'm saying.
I think the apple's rotten straight from the core.
Anyway, divesting from that, our last story of the day is around MrBeast. We've talked about MrBeast, I think, once, but he's no longer associating with someone in his group due to some allegations going on. So, former co-host Ava Kris Tyson has grooming allegations, and there's been videos that have been coming out about former quote-unquote employees, and it's not sure if these people were actually ever employed by MrBeast, but there is someone who claimed that they were employed by the company for a brief few months earlier this year. And these allegations about Ava are, quote, the tip of the iceberg. So a lot of people right now are looking at MrBeast and saying, like, okay, there's probably going to be a lot more that comes out, but there's been a lot of weird working environment conditions and a lot of stress and high tension that's come out of, like, anyone who's worked there from these rumors and reports. But Jimmy Donaldson, MrBeast, came out with a statement on the situation, and it's been starting to make its waves online. So he said, over the last few days, I've become aware of serious allegations of Ava Tyson's online behavior, and I'm disgusted and opposed to such unacceptable acts. That said, I've seen enough online and taken immediate action to remove Ava from the company, my channel, and any association with MrBeast. I do not condone or support any of the inappropriate actions. I will allow the independent investigators the necessary time to conduct a comprehensive investigation, and I will take any further actions based on their findings.
So Ava is the one that the allegations are against.
Yes. So, but people are saying that this is the tip of the iceberg, at least in this video. So people think that there's going to be stuff that comes out about Jimmy Donaldson, other people involved. The young fan known as Lava also posted a 45-minute video online to the account Prism42 and said, like, look, there were some crude and lewd jokes, but, like, I didn't have anything specifically that I'd like to report, but I think a lot of stuff is trying to be swept under the rug right now. So it's interesting. There's been a lot of people who've reported on MrBeast. He is the person who gives away millions of dollars or does ludicrous challenges to get people to watch videos. And he's gotten a lot of traction online. So it's one I will say we'll probably have like a legal update in some matter soon.
Oof.
So go watch your MrBeast while you can.
Coming soon.
But the person who posted the video said Amazon, if you can get your refund while you can, get it now. Because he's been sponsored by Amazon. They're trying to do like a show. Don't know.
They always fall as quickly as they rise.
I think the apple's not
rotten straight from the core.
Yeah, I would mess up the words, but I was like, I'm gonna let you finish. Well, thank you, my lovely listeners of the week who have bared with us through all of our ups and downs. We celebrated 20 episodes last week. I've been trying to do some homework and listen to some other shitty podcasts like Zack's to learn and do better. And I learned nothing. So we're just here doing it somehow. Thank you for listening and watching and the whole kit and caboodle. Because here's the fucking thing. Anybody can get on a fucking mic and do this. There's no expert this, expert that. It's like, it's just two gay fucking dudes like behind a mic telling you what the news is in their opinion. If you want to listen, cute. If you don't. But like, anyway, I'm just grateful that this. It's not a job, but it's something to do in our free time. At least for you. You make money right now on your podcast. And so anyway,
we're going to make money soon.
I don't know. Maybe we'll go on a jet ski vacation and go to the Mykonos and put mud on our face or something because of this. I don't know. Maybe just even a nice Applebee's like sampler platter would be sufficing for all the hard work.
On a yacht. I'll text my sugar daddy friend and say, hey, I got another one. We're willing to blow you.
You know.
Just take us to Mykonos.
Pass. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you all soon. Bye.
Bye.